Hello and welcome. Today I will be sharing a process video for week 31 in my Project Life 2017 album. I will be using the Studio Calico Documenter kit named Let's Go. It was a really good kit. I liked it, and by the time I was finished working on the month of August, I had very little left from the kit. I like to challenge myself and use as much from the kits as possible and not use too much from my stash because I feel like it cuts down on how much I'm searching for the perfect embellishment or searching for the perfect stamp or perfect card. I make what I have work, and I did that pretty much throughout the whole year of 2017. So I chose a 4x6 card there on the left bottom pocket because it had red and it accentuated the red that was in the picture. Now I'm going through the 3x4 cards and deciding which ones I'm going to use to help tell my story. I go through them a couple of times before I decide which one I will use. I really liked that kit, that Let's Go kit. It was really nice. It was really my style. It had a variety of cards. I liked the colors. So ultimately I decide on the card that says Keep Looking for Sunshine. It had gold foil in it. And here I am working on an insert. I actually have two inserts for this week. It was the week of the Puerto Rican Festival, and I always take lots and lots of photos. And this week actually documents just the Puerto Rican Festival, not the entire week, and I'm okay with that. So I'm taking that 4x6 card and trimming it down to 4x4 so that I can use it as a journaling card in one of my inserts. I decided that I wanted to use it on that side because it matched my husband's shirt. The thing with the 4x4 inserts is that you have to use your 4x6 cards, and if you know anything about the Studio Calico kits, you know that you don't get very many 4x6 cards at all in the kit. So I took some risk there by using two 4x6 cards for that insert, because then that limited my 4x6 choices for the rest of the month, but that was a risk I was willing to take. Ultimately, I decided on that card that says This Week. Off camera, I cut down a few 3x4 cards to fit inside of those 2x2 pockets. And that 2x2 page protector actually has 3 rows, but I trimmed it down so that I would have just the 2 rows because I didn't want it to be a full 6x8 insert. I wanted it to be smaller. I realized that I needed one more card for that bottom left pocket, so I'm just sifting through the cards again, deciding which of the cards I want to use. Ultimately, I think I end up using the Oh Happy Day card. I was thinking about using that card there because that marble matched one of the 2x2 pocket cards, but I decided against it because I thought it would be too cumbersome to try and line up the image exactly where I wanted it. So I chose the Oh Happy Day card instead. We had so much fun that weekend. We always have a lot of fun at the Puerto Rican Festival. It's like this tradition for us. We meet up with friends and family, and we love it because it's a way for us to experience our culture and traditions in so many ways. We love it. So now moving on to the 2x2 pocket insert. I'm just arranging the cards, deciding what arrangement I like best. And then I decided that I wanted to document the names of the persons that I was with in those photos. So I chose a alphabet sticker from a previous Studio Calico kit, and off camera I made sure that I had enough of each of the letters to document their names. And this took a little bit of time, but I felt like it was worth it. I think that the gold letters complemented the gold foiling on the Keep Looking for Sunshine card, and it would have taken much, much longer to stamp out each name, and I really didn't want to use my handwriting. So I decided that the alphabet stickers were the best bet. Like I said, the Puerto Rican Festival gives us a chance to spend time with our family and friends, and the top 3 pictures are of our family from Britain, from England, and they come about every 2 years or so, and they always come with us to the festival, and I wanted to make sure that I documented this year that they came with us as well. So that's my sister-in-law on the top with the shades, and then my 2 nieces, and then my friend Venus, who I've known for like, wow, maybe 26 years or something like that. I've known her for a really long time. She's like family to me. She's like one of my sisters. I like using tweezers when I'm working with the small letter stickers. It makes it much easier, the tweezers make it much easier to adhere the stickers to the cards. Yeah, there I'm showing you that I like that the gold letters match the gold foiling on the card. And one of the things you'll notice is that I have upper and lowercase letters in the names, and I'm completely okay with that because I get more mileage out of my letter stickers that way. I really like the way that turned out. I have trouble sticking this card in the pocket. I have no idea why, but it was really annoying. I couldn't get it in there. I think one of the corners was pulling up, and that's why I was having a difficult time putting it in there. But I get it in there eventually, I promise. There we go. And now to work on the back side. I realized that I didn't have enough of the gold stickers to document the names of all the persons in those pictures, so I contemplated and decided, okay, fine, I would use my handwriting instead. Here, this is what I do when I am using letter stickers. I write out what I want to spell out with the letter stickers, and then I count each letter to see if I have enough of each letter to document the names. And I realized quickly that I did not have enough. So plan B was to just handwrite it. I don't know. I thought, so I decided I would come back to it later because I really didn't want to use my handwriting. So now on to documenting the title card, which says Shine On. And I was able to use more of those letter stickers to do that. And I spelled out the word week. My W was crooked, so I'm just adjusting that there. So this was week 31. I ended up using number stickers from the Allie Edwards December Daily Kit. But it looks like I might be coming back to that a little bit later, deciding what I wanted to do. So here I have the chipboard that came in the kit, and I'm trying to decide if I wanted to use any of them or not. You'll see that I decide and then undecide. I decide and then I change my mind. That's what I want to say. I added a few of them here and there, sprinkled throughout, and then quickly realized that I didn't want to add much of any of the chipboard. I think it was because a lot of the colors were off. Sorry that I'm out of frame there. This is actually my first process video, and I didn't realize that I was out of frame. But also, I don't like working on the actual page protector because everything is so slippery. So here's my collection of roller date stamps. And at first I thought that was the roller date stamp that I was using throughout the year, and then realized, nope, that's not it. There was no 2017 on that one. So I go back to my basket to look for the roller date stamp that I was using for other months and realized it was that Amy Tangerine one. I really like my roller date stamps. I don't have a huge collection, but I like the ones that I have. I'm pretty sure that for the entire year of 2017, I used a roller date stamp to document the dates on my title card. I used the post-it note in case I got extra ink somewhere. So there I'm deciding that I needed to use numbers for the week number and decided to use that, like I said earlier, the Allie Edwards numbers from her December daily kit. I didn't use them very much in my December daily, so I have a bunch of them left. What I'm doing off camera is looking for my wood veneer stash. I like to add a little wood veneer piece in between my dates, and so I pulled out a heart shape. I'm using multi-medium matte glue there, and it was either empty or clogged, and I couldn't get it out. I was pretty ticked about that. I like using that glue. So instead I just used a roller adhesive to adhere the heart. And that is the title card. I decided I wasn't going to do anything to that card there because it had enough going on by itself. Again, I'm trying to find a good place for the chipboard, and then finally decide that I was going to use that speech bubble that says love. One of the things that I do with chipboard is I thin it down. My album is pretty thick, and I actually use 2 albums per year, and a way of keeping it as thin as possible is by thinning down my chipboard. And that's what I'm doing here. And I add it directly to my photo. At one point I was deciding whether I wanted to journal on that card there, and then ultimately I decided that I wasn't going to do that. I always work out of order. I never work in order or in the same order ever. I do that, I think, because it helps me decide when I'm undecided about what to do, if I'm undecided about journaling, if I'm undecided about whether I'm going to add a stamp or whether I want to keep an embellishment. And so I work out of order because of that. The kit came with these tabs that I thought I might use, but then decided against it because the pictures were already so busy because they had so many people in them. But I thought I'd give it a go and see if I liked it or not, and decided, nope, I sure don't. I wanted to add an embellishment to the 2x2 filler cards there, And while I am not a fan of emojis, I went ahead and added emojis to each of the filler cards. One of the things that I also do is when I'm going to write anything with one of my pens, I prime the pen first on a post-it note. I never know when the pen is going to skip or whether it's going to work well, so I always do that, and I practice some of my journaling on post-it notes as well. So now I'm deciding which emojis to use. I think after this spread I will probably give those emoji stickers to my daughter because I probably won't use them again. And here I decided that yes, I would go ahead and use my own handwriting. So I just documented the names of the persons who were with me in the photo. There we go. That insert is complete. The kit included a really nice stamp set. I really liked it. I liked the sentiments and the fonts that were on the stamps, and when I use stamps on my layouts, I like to lay them out first to see, to determine placement for the stamps. And like I said before, I don't like working on the plastic, but I thought I'd give it a go for this video and see. I think from now on I'll just put the plastic aside and then work with the photos on my desk. That Brilliance ink by, let me see, who makes this? Brilliance by Sukaneko in Moonlight White is beautiful, and it works perfectly for those dark spots on your photos, and it dries very quickly. I like it. I use that instead of the white StazOn. I always clean my stamps after every use and put them back in their on the plastic because I have lost plenty of stamps when I don't do that. And I like to clean them off right away in case I decide to use a different color ink. I don't want any of the ink transferring onto my photo. So that one says Good Times, and that came out really good. I'm using a chamois there to clean my stamps with just water. The first photo that I stamped on, that stamp says Snapshot, this moment captured. And this one here, that stamp says Right Where I Belong. And I like that sentiment because I was with my son, and I knew that in the next few weeks he'd be heading off to college and I'd be missing him, and so I like that sentiment, right where I belong. So there's that, and I don't think I do anything else to those photos. Again, they were pretty busy photos, but I did like that I added the stamp to them. Now I'm deciding that I want to add a embellishment to my wonderful card there. And it looks like I need to speed this up. It looks like I didn't speed this up. So I'm going to pause for a minute, speed this up, and then come right back. Okay, now I am back and I sped up the video a little bit. Alright, where did we leave off? So Alright, now I'm just deciding if there was anything else I wanted to do to that pocket there, and decided that I didn't. And I think what I end up doing there is I end up going to my typewriter and actually using my typewriter to journal on that 4x4 card for my journaling. And I add a chipboard piece there. That chipboard has hearts on it, and I thought it was appropriate. The journaling says, going to the Puerto Rican Festival is one of our favorite summer activities. We meet up with friends and family for the entire weekend. The festival is also special because it is where Rich and I met for the first time. So that's why I added those hearts on that picture of Rich and I. And for the back side of the insert, I was again trying to decide about that chipboard. I decided against it and ended up using the Let's Go stamp, using that white ink that I showed you earlier. I should mention that I use Epson paper, and I know that each photo paper reacts differently with different inks. So this combination, that Brilliance ink and the Epson photo paper, is working out for me. Again, I like to clean my stamps right away. I know some people don't, but I don't know, I do. And then for the journaling for the other 4x4 pocket in the insert, I just went ahead and typed up the names of the musical acts that came to the festival that year. And that is it. I am done. Thank you so much for coming by and spending some time with me today for my first process video. I hope I did okay.